Okay, everyone, we're back. It all debubbled. I left a little bit in my other container, just in case. If I don't need it, I'll finish off my little bear. But we will see. Okay. Now I'm going to start with this metallic, and you've got to remember that when you open your paste, whether they've been used or they haven't, doesn't matter. Every time you open, you should always stir. Okay, I don't want to open that all the way. Let us see. I'll use one of these. See how we get it. Yeah, it's pretty thick. Pretty, very, very pretty. Isn't too bad. It's mixed up pretty darn good. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to leave what's on my stick. I'm going to start with that. Here we go. Here we go, everybody. And you just start mixing that baby. Oh my. Start mixing it in. I don't think I'm going to need, well, I need much more than that right there. Just the dip in there. So, going to mix it up real good. I prefer the paste over the micas. They're a lot simpler. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to need any more. So before I knock this over, I'm going to put it away. There we go. And like I said, the micas, you know, and they will even, I mean, micas are good. They're just a lot harder to mix in, especially when you're mixing something this amount. Small amounts, not so bad. And what I do is I take my, whatever I'm mixing it with, and go around it and push it. When I use the micas, push it up against the side of the walls and stir it, and then do it again. You know, a lot of times you can pop those little mica bubbles. Oh my, that is awfully pretty. Look at that. Whoo, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Very pretty color. More like a teal. Wow, nice. I like the metallic. I feel like I got something down on the bottom, but I don't know what that would be. Now, change of plans. I don't know if my lights are gonna work in here. So I'm gonna mix it a little bit more and put in a little bit of the glitter. And we will see, because it looks, you know, on the stick, it looks kind of transparent. So if it is got some transparency to it, then I will attempt to put the lights in. We'll see about that too. But always scrape your sides really well. Scrape the bottom, stir it a while, and do it again and again. Okay, so now I'm not going to use this one anymore. I'm going to go back to this one. And I am going to add my glitter. So we'll see. We will see what we get, right? And I moved my little spoon. There it is. I bought these little spoons at Hobby Lobby, and those little guys are handy for scooping out the glitter when you have them, you know, when you have quantities of it. And I do on some of them, not all of them, but so I'm going to start with 1 scoop for each one of my little critters here. See how that goes. Leave the spoon right in there. Now they're still in camera. Okay, we are. So now, here we go. Oh my, I think that's going to be perfect for that blue. Oh yeah. It'll pick up the blues and it'll pick up other colors as well. But it is color changing, so you can't really see much of it. So you know what that means. A little bit more. It is pretty though. You can see it in there. Can you see that? See that in there? Isn't that pretty? Wow. Very nice. A little bit more. And I do believe, I don't even want to say it, but I feel my 1 more scoop. Well, one, if there, like that makes sense. Oh, I see a bugger in there. I don't even know what it is. Oh, get it out of there. It's not glitter. No, maybe it is. That's what's cool about that color changing. Sometimes it looks like there's something in there. You flip it over and it's just your glitter. Try to catch up with the different colors it's trying to attract. Oh my. Okay, scrape the sides really well. Back around. And now I hope the glitter suspends. I hope it doesn't sink. If it does, there is a technique you can use, but I'm not going to. Nope. I'm going to start with Mr. Turtle here. Slowly, steady. You can do it like this too if you want to, or you can pour on this and direct it a little bit better. I don't really need that right now. I just need to get it, just go slow. Seems like I'm going fast, but it's just steady. Oh my. He's gonna take a lot. I might have to make up more. Are you kidding me? But now is when I make my decision. Whether I'm gonna use the lights or not use the lights. That is the question. Okay, eyes stayed in place. Well, why don't I go ahead? I'm gonna go ahead and pour the frog. Freddy the Frog here. I don't know why I always, you're my grandson. That's what we've decided. We like Freddy the Frog. They can't all be, right? Okay. Now, I should have stirred that again before but it's looking good. It is looking good. Now, I don't always use it, but, well, I take that back. I do use it quite often, and that is spritz it with alcohol to, this will, if you can see it good enough, I don't know, but it will pop surface bubbles. So I'm just going to spritz it, and now, what I've got to take into consideration is that I want this to be laying like that. So, all I really can do is bend it and put it in, see what happens. It probably, I don't know whether it's going to work or not. We'll find out. So far, so good. I don't want to, move everything around too much because those eyeballs, you never know. Those wires are staying down better than, let's see where they're all located here. Move around a little bit. Okay. They're trying to float, which I get that. I expected that. But because of the bulk of it, not so much the weight, because they're not very heavy, but because of the bulk of it, some of them will stay down, won't have a problem with all of them. But, like I said, so far, so good. Now, time to put my finger in the resin. Yep. Let's see where it's at. Right about there is where I want it. Pretty much right where I want it, people. So, we wipe off my finger. I'll be using it again here shortly. And then we'll bring, sorry about my arms. I'm going to move him up here just a little bit. Bring. Okay, now, here comes his lights. And I need to straighten this out a little bit better. It'll be up instead of down. It'll be up like, how did I do that one? Yeah. Go. I'm going to scrunch these ones a little bit more. And down they go, down the hatch, in the belly of the frog. And I'm not really worried about bubbles at this point because it looks really good. I think what I'm going to do is have to put a sheet of my silicone. I've got some smaller pieces, mats over the top when I get to that point, and then kind of hold it down that way. I'm just come up with that idea. Isn't that something? Anyway, there we go. I'm not going to get too anxious about it. No sense in that. Things don't always work out correctly, so, and you see what it did? It took up a lot of the volume. So hopefully we will have enough for his flippers. Yeah. And then we got this guy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. May have to mix up more than I don't wanna. Okay, I gotta take this around and get his toes. Whoop. Get his toes. Whoop. Toes. Whoop. Toes. Whoop. So, a little bit more. And there. Good little froggy and turtle. They're cooperating so well. I don't like the bubbles in the toes. Like I said, one of my next ones, I'm sorry, my hand in the way the whole time. I saw one of the ladies that I watch, her tutorials and have for quite some time, put pearls in there. And I love using pearls in my applications. Love using them. I mean, I went through a thing there for a while where it's like, oh, can I put pearls in this one? Oh, I figure out how to use them in that one. Yeah. So, ooh, looks like we're down to the bottom of the barrel. Oh, no. Mr. Froggy, please tell me that you don't need a whole lot more, do you? You need that toe. Need all your toes. Need that toe. And then I sometimes will take I've done a lot since I first started pouring my little frogs. I've a lot of them with red toes, like a tree frog, like one we have living out here. Well, it might be more than one. I just say it's the same guy, but he comes around every summer, and he's got his little red toes. Okay. Wow, so that's pretty close. It's even kind of domed. And domed is where, when you hear the phrase being domed, is just like you would picture it, you know, kind of like a little dome. If you can get them that way, it's perfect, you know. But if you don't, there's ways around it too. But being domed is really good. I see one bubble in his head right there, but I think he's got all his bubbles out. Maybe not. Now that I'm looking, maybe not. But I'm pretty sure I watched him fill up, so pretty sure he's taken care of. Then again, I don't know complete for 100% sure. Let's put it that way. Okay, what I'm going to do before I scoop down the bottom of the barrel here, what I'm going to do now, excuse me, I have to keep stopping. Oh, I'm so sorry. Stop. I have to keep stopping and wiping the nose. Okay, now I see that bubble. Yeah, hopefully that's the bubble. Now I'm going to use a flashlight. I want to see if that's just kind of like one of those optical illusion things. That's bubbles or not, I do not know. I don't think so, though. I really don't. Oops. His eyes. Oh, I don't see his eye. Oh, no. Please, no. I gotta check, see. I don't wanna. Ouch. I don't want to because I don't want him to be out. You know, I want him in there. I can't tell. This is really stressful. I can't tell where his eyes are located, where they're supposed to be. I didn't jar him, really, but the movement of the resin might have done it. I hope not. I certainly hope not. We'll see. You know, trial and error. But really, I've done it enough times that... But it happens, even to the best of us, the worst of us, whichever. Now I'm going to, this time around, though, I'm going to take one of my extra long toothpicks. And I'm going to pop that guy. If you can't pop it, just bring it to the edge. then you have a better chance. See, I don't want this to heat. I don't want this to flash cure is what they call it. And that's if it gets too warm too fast or deeper than normal, you know. But I've done these without using deep pour. I better not speak too soon. I've never had issues. But, you know, if it gets too warm, like I said, too warm too fast, that's not even a bubble. That's a piece of silicone. Now I got to see, though. All right, time for the dogs to go. Lola. Sorry about that. Sounded like me, but it wasn't. My puppy dog. Okay. She's old, and she's just, she's a mama's girl. She goes with me wherever. Now I'm going to try this again, because I can't see them. I mean, oh, they're there. They're there. Because they're not floating around anywhere. I don't feel them, like, floating around, I don't think. I can't tell if that's a bubble or no. No. No, no, no. Oh, don't do it anymore, because then I am going to jar my eyes. So weird, though, because I can't see them. Well, if they're... they came dislodged. Okay, just how this works. If it comes, if they do come dislodged, hopefully they'll do it in a spot, an area where you can take your Dremel, get down in there and get them out, and then refill it again with some resin, UV resin. Otherwise, if you want to keep a turtle with its eyes on the back of his head or something. Oh, a mutant turtle or whatever. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. No. Okay, now this is kind of going to be an issue, but not one that I can't not like I can't fix it. This frog is like, it's amazing. It's doing quite well. I do see a bubble or two in his toes. Yeah. There you go. That's good. Yeah, make sure I got him. In fact, I have 2 of this mold. I have several frogs and several turtles. I think I have more frogs, because this is the sea turtle. And the tortoises, the land turtles are tortoises, and I have quite a few of those. And of course, my sea turtle. I think I've got a couple of those even. And that looks like silicone. I don't know why I'm seeing silicone pieces. These aren't brand new molds, which is, you will find that in brand new molds where, you know, your first couple applications, you might get some pieces of the resin come up, come off. You know, that's normal. That happens. Okay. And even with your handmade molds, which that's another chapter, but I've made molds too, and I'm gonna do at least one episode on making molds and then pouring it and going through the whole process for you. I thoroughly enjoy it. I really do. It's a whole thing. I do get a little nervous. I'm always afraid I'm going to do something wrong, but they work out somehow. Now, this is really thick, but I'm going to put it in anyway because I need it. I really need every last drop I can get because he's not quite there. But I'll get quite a bit out of here, I do believe. Looks like I'm getting more than I even planned. So, it'll work. We'll make it work. Now I see the a few little bubbles surfacing, and then I've noticed that the couple of pieces of glitter have surfaced, or not necessarily surfaced, but you see them in there, and they'll look like a bubble, kind of. No, not obviously. Okay. Now I hope my plan comes together. I haven't done that. That literally came to me while I'm sitting here talking to you about using my silicone mat pieces to hold it down because it won't stick to silicone, but the lights might. Now, and it's weird because this has got a bigger, well, no, okay, never mind, because I was going to say, this is bigger, they shouldn't float, but that doesn't make any difference, really. Actually, there's more space for them to, like they find a space to pop up. So I'm hoping without maneuvering, I don't want to maneuver it anymore. It won't hurt here, but if I had this body dusted, burnished, dusted and or burnished, then doing this would not be a good idea because you might just, scratch up against it, especially with these wires, moving it around, be scraping, up against the silicone. Won't hurt the mold any, but it'll take your color off. And you just have splotchy or whatever. But in this case, it's the flippers on him and the feet on the frog. So it should be just fine. Table's pretty level. So that's just me speaking out. That didn't even go with what I was talking about, but you gotta check that too. But this table, I got this from Jay Diction, and I love it. It's bigger than any of the other tables that I've seen, the leveling tables, and I absolutely love it. It gives me more room to work and set things, as you can see, and maybe I could get it. No, I don't want to do that either. I was thinking about maybe under his neck, maybe, where it would catch, maybe stay. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Now, his eyes are just like, because I have had in the turtle, not in the frog, but in the turtle, I've had bad luck as far as the eyes go. So, I hesitated about this one. I thought, well, if they're going to be like buddies here, a pair, or separate, either way, but if they're going to be, I wanted to do them as close to identical in color. And so, I wish I could bend that downward. Did I do it? Did I do it? Don't pop up. Don't pop up. Did I do it? Now they're creeping up now. So maybe get right on that one. Push it down. Like I said, if I had Micah on the other side, I would just be tearing it up. I would be scraping it off left and right by doing all this. Like I said, I still have a little resin over on my left to finish the bear, but I can't really get to it right at the moment. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to bend this down a couple more times. I'm going to get as much, if I can see if I can get any more resin out of here for him, her. Okay, well, there's a lot on this spatula. Oh, I don't like that. It gets up in that little, that tip right under there. You can't get to it. Oh. Cleaning it sometimes too is kind of a pain. Well, still getting some out of there, folks. Still getting some. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying my video. I really, I've uploaded these. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what, but I've been uploading them to YouTube, you know, and my name, Deborah Seitz Sisler, and whether they do that in my name, I'm not certain. I mean, I did some research on creating a channel. So I hope I'm doing everything correct, and I hope you're enjoying it, and I enjoy doing it for people. I really do. And, and there's times when, different applications that I'm doing it, for instance, the eyes may or may not be in there. But I mean, I'm learning along with you guys, and I want to do some videos where I kind of push myself too, not just regular everyday stuff. Do, simple things now and then, but I like a challenge. If I have all the items, all the product I need. Is that a wire? Yeah, it's a wire. Thought I had a hair there for a minute, but I really do enjoy it. And, I do this at home. My studio is in my home, like I said, and I am a retirement age. I don't have a whole lot going on in my life, but I love, we've had some really rough times. My man and I, we've had some real hard times the last few years, and this has really become good therapy for me. And he pours resin too, periodically. He likes it too, and he's an artist, even though he won't admit it. He's an artist, but it's calming. It gets me away and out, put everything outside of where I'm at and focus on being creative, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I've done crafts, art and crafts, pretty much my whole life. My mother introduced me to different crafts when I was just a little girl, and I've been that way ever since. And, I love to cook too. I don't love to cook as much as I used to, because it takes up my resin time. No, because, yeah, I do. I like to cook, just not nearly as much. When my kids were at home, it's a different story. But when it's just him and I and our little doggies, then, now I'm wondering if, oh boy, he really is. I'm wondering if I should take the rest of that resin, I think I will, and just add just a little bit of the blue to it, Or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I should just put clear in there. I don't know. And mix it with what I have in here, I suppose. You know, and then I won't have to go through all that. Plus, it's getting thick and it's getting warm, which means it's time to decide. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to strategically place it and bring up that level. It needs to be a little bit deeper than it is. So here we go. If I don't hurry up, I want to be able to use what I have left, because it's getting thick. Oh yeah, and warm. A sure sign that it is about to do its thing. Now, there's a heat mat under my working mat here, my silicone mat, that I will be turning on. I don't have it on as of yet, but I will be turning it on. And, you know, that'll get things rolling, get things to set up much quicker. And, then I can get back with you guys much quicker to unveil. See if my eyeballs are floating or they kept their... Oh, I hope so. They're really going to affect the integrity of my turtle. So, yeah, I think that's plenty right there. It's getting kind of deep over on the long flippers. But anyway, I hope you stick with me and subscribe and find people that might like my videos. It took me a minute to kind of get used to it, but you know, already I am loving it, and I knew I would. I think he needs a little bit too, really. Wouldn't hurt. I don't think. No, it won't hurt. It's clear, but it'll all come together as the resin sets up. It draws to the middle, and everything moves right along with it. So, you know, the color and the whatever else you've got in there moves right along with it. So, he looks pretty good, don't you think? I don't want to be in the camera. Okay. Okay, everybody. Got that. I don't know what happened to my light. What happened to my light? Oh, I think it got unplugged when I used my debubbler. I thought it was looking awful dark over here. I'm sorry. I'll have to go get my light on here in just a second, okay? I will be right back this time. I'm not even going to put it on pause. I'm just going to go turn it on, okay? So I will be, I'm so sorry about my hands and my arms. I'll be right back. See if that's my dilemma. Did my light come on? Well, this one didn't go off, so I don't know. Maybe it got unplugged, maybe? He's not on it. I got pulled off back there. Tell you what, I got this little lamp for a very good price, and oh my gosh. Oh, it just wasn't on bright, was it? No. Come on. There you go. That's a little bit better. I'll have to work with it. But it's just like a little reading light. But it helps me, believe it or not, tremendously when I'm working. For over here, I've got USB lights and other lights all around me. And this one here, you can see, can you see it? Oh, well, I could use it. It wouldn't be in your way. How about that? See, is that better? Gosh, that's got to be a lot better. This one, too, went off on me. What's going on here with all my lighting? How's that? Okay, now I'm going to, it looks like I'm going to have a little bit more than just that. So I've got a little heart mold here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some white. And what I'm using here is, now it's in my way, so. This is Tea Expert, another excellent brand. This is their pigment paste. You know, like the blue, it's the paste. And you don't have to use, like I said, it's the same as the blue. You do not have to use much. These last me forever. I just got these because I was low on my other ones, and I've had my other ones for a couple of years, actually. So, and Greg uses it. Greg is my other half, and he uses it as well. He uses the black and the white, so he used to pour a lot more than he does now, but look how thick, look how thick this is. Very. So we're gonna have a white heart, and we're gonna have a white bear. At least I get to finish off my bear. Oh, he's gonna have a little bit of blue in him. Oh no. That wasn't smart. I used the same spatula. Oh well. That was not very smart. I'll use that. I'll take this and put it in the heart. Right? Yeah, like that. Then I can just pour it out for the bear. There we go. And I feel him right. You don't want to dome these kind of molds where that's the bottom of, you know, these smaller ones, because then you get an edge on them. Doming them's okay, but it seems to me like it affects the integrity of the, you know, standing, balancing. It really does, and even though it's really small, it still does, but I don't like to dome those kind. Oh my, the tablecloth's getting it. Okay, so, and since this white is just white, I'm going to use some of my blue. Yeah, use some of my marabou. This one is the one of the sparkles. No, this one is Caribbean. Oh, pretty. Now you see I'm using these as tops. I got that idea from Fran from Little Windows. She sends these along with the inks, one for each bottle she sends you, and she just, a little helpful hint to use them as your caps, which they keep it, you know, they keep it sealed. And marabous are, I love them. They're like, oh, they're not my favorites. They're pretty close. But they, sometimes it'll drip over and it'll gather it'll gather right around this area. Just, you know, just messy. It doesn't affect the ink at all. It's kind of messy. The alcohol inks are messy. Well, these guys are looking okay, other than my wire still sticking up. That one's one too. And there's still bubbles coming, bubbles. Boy, there's a lot of this one too. Boy, oh boy. Isn't that pretty? That's just alcohol ink. That is really pretty. It's a Caribbean, it's called. I do believe. Now I got from her at Little Windows, I get my rainbow from her, and I got the set of the sparkle ones. And I was going to use one, but I haven't opened it yet, and this stuff is getting so thick that I better not take any time to do, but next time. I'm really excited to try it. And I'm saving everything from my videos. I do want to build up my channel, and I want to make them more interesting. I want to make them so you watch one and you want to come back and see. As long as I'm doing everything right as far as uploading, it should go smoothly, and I will continue to do so. I have no intentions of not recording. I have no intentions of, you know, stopping resin. I mean, it's in my blood now. So, and all you people out there that, all the rest of the YouTubers and anyone that does resin, you know what I'm talking about. It gets in your blood. So, oh, bubbles, bubbles in this one for sure. Yeah. Let's stir it around a little bit, because that bottom is white, and I want a little bit of this blue in there. Oh. Well, whether I stirred in more bubbles or whatever I did, I can throw that away. That's just going to make a mess, and I'll make a mess with it. Okay. So these guys are moving right along. Yeah, and looking good. Looking good. Oh, now I still have quite a bit left, everybody. So, I've got my bunch of my little molds over here. So, how about Mr. Snail? He's always a good standby. Can you see him over here? Over here? He's always a good one to have around for your extra. Oh, oh my goodness, what am I doing? I know. I should be making tiles for extras, but I can still start Mr. Snail. Flashlight back. This one I do believe is going to be the next one, and I have another one that I'm going to pair it with. Not the same. It's not the same one at all. You'll see when I bring it out. It's a base that I think would look quite nice with it, you know. Come on now, sticky stuff. It is so thick, you guys. Very, very thick. And what I'm doing, if it's out of frame, is, and there goes that. Oh my. I've got the tile mold. It's the little tiles. And one of the gals that I watch, Sheila, Reptiles and Resin, I got this idea from her. I love watching her. I watch her every day. I get a chance, I do. And I love, and I've watched Julie longer than I've watched anybody from Pouring Your Heart Out in Australia. But anyway, she does these scrappies, what she calls them. And what it is, Lola, what it is the, she fills these tile molds up, and I got mine off Amazon, and fills them up, takes them out, and calls them her scrappies, and she puts them in all different kinds of molds, and the ending result is, they've all turned out beautiful, beautiful. Such a cool idea. So kudos to you, Sheila. And a way to, you never have to toss any resin. And I won't anyway, but it's a quick go-to if you're in a kind of in a bind like I am right now. So it's not wasted. And you're kind of recycling them by putting them again in a mold. And it takes up a lot of your bulk. Less resin you have to use. Fresh resin. So, there we go. I do believe, folks, I got some cleaning to do. Oh my, I got cleaning. I'm going to turn on my heat mat. And I'm here a little bit because I think it's plenty warm. And I will come back to you. It'll be a while for me, but not long for you. And I will come back to you come demolding time. And we will get started on the next project. How does that sound to you guys? Sound good? Now I've got to figure out how I'm going to turn my bed. Just take this glove off. Enough to turn you off. I'm sorry. But you guys have a great evening. And stay with me. God bless you all. And just keep on being creative. I love you all. Bye-bye.